Niko na meeting. Hey. Hey. We started. Acha niambia ati tumeanza. I'm going.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, please let me get your reactions. Beautiful reactions, please. Hello.
Yes, we can hear you clearly.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's wait for 5 minutes more to wait for other people joining. Some people may have like network connection issue. So let's in 5 minutes. So as we wait, I want to finally say thank you to every one of you. Thank you so much for joining today. And let me check the names of the ones so I'll be able to call names out. Thank you, Edwin. Thank you, George. Mapalo. If I did not pronounce your name, let me know. Edwin, Mapalo, Upe, George, Evelyn, Obala, Odibo. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm really grateful. Can anyone just mute and let us know where you're here today and what you expect to learn from today's? If you want to speak, you can just raise up your hand. Let me know. Ima Olabi, thank you. Thank you for joining. Thank you so much. Okay, Gupe. Yeah. Please go ahead, Gupe. Those ones just joining. We are just asking randomly what you expect from today's session. And Gupe wants to share his own part.
Yeah, so Victoria, I hope you know the first few lines that I'm going to say. Yeah, I will make mention again in this meeting that Victoria is my friend. We've been in the same cohort, the same class before, and we were fighting for number 1 and number 2 positions always. So yeah, I've been friends for a while, and what I expect to get from the session, of which I know I will, is basically having more knowledge on AI agents and how to build them from scratch, as the title of the webinar is. And we have a very capable mentor that we have, Madam Priscilla. She doesn't know this, but we've been in the same cohort as well for PowerLearn. Yeah. So yeah, just in short, that's what it is. Thank you.
Nice. I love that. Thank you so much. I always know that Bupe will say is my friend. Yes, been friends for a while. And I'm always glad that he's always supporting me, always here for me. And thank you for everything. And I also believe that there's another person that would like to say something. Why are you here today? What do you think the tutor will be mentoring us on or guiding us on today? Apart from the topic, what do you think will happen? Do you think it will be interesting or boring? Let me call them. So we have 4 minutes to go.
No, easy. Vamos a easy.
No.
No, class easy.
Ken, hey. Nikianza kwenye msiongee na nguvu.
Edwin. Thank you so much for joining. This one's joining. We are using this time to ask everyone what they expect to learn from this session as we wait for others to join. 3 minutes left. So, yes, we know some people may be having network issues, so we just give them time to join so they won't miss too much.
Hey, nipige kelele. Hey.
So, you expecting anything from this session?
I don't know.
You can let us know. Like, okay, what are the expectations from today's session? George, are you there? You won't interact yet. You have the link, but what am some people are having network issue. Ayodeji has been coming in and dropping. Ayodeji. I think it's a network issue. Also, I've been trying to connect. So these are kind of issues we all face. East African network. Anyone wants to say something? We have 1 minute to go. So, after the 1 minute is introduce the whole thing, then we'll start. Thank you for taking your time to join. I'm also here to learn.
I'm also here to learn. Okay. And then I'll delete your group. I hope na stream. Okay, mnajua mnaweza kuwa mnasikika kwa live stream. Live stream ina capture D mtakiongea.
Let me know.
But I think there's a cut.
Let me get your reaction, please.
Hey. Anticlimax. Vicky, are you talking?
Can everyone hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you. Utaniletea charger.
Sisi tunayo.
Inaweza kosa kuisha.
I'm asking my screen out.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, so you can hear. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Hello. Can you see my screen?
Yes. I
Okay.
can see your
Okay.
screen.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Thanks so much for joining, everybody. So as we all know, today we are here for today's session, building your brand with AI from scratch. So, and this session is also welcome intellectuals, a global learning community focused on technology, health, mathematics, and English to build quality education to make it accessible across Africa. When you talk about technology, if you are joining our community on WhatsApp, you would have seen that we host a lot of tech sessions, and we also have health department where we have this particular nurse that if you have a health issue on that particular group, it's called scientific health department. So you'd have seen it. If you cannot hear me anymore, let me know, please indicate. So if you have been in our community, you'd have seen that particular group, scientific health department. So while you are a techie, your health is also very important. So we don't really joke with health while we are also coding, because I think those ones that are into tech, they need the health the most, because they are the ones that are always like indoor, they don't really know, but they're just like focused on their computer. So that's why we bring everything together. So when we talk about mathematics and English, you just to help your general knowledge. No biggie there, just to make quality education accessible to everybody, no matter who you are, no matter the country you come from, no matter your background. These are the basic things that we all need. So, and we offer free and paid learning sessions. This particular one that you are holding now is part of the paid sessions that we have. Then, the part of the free session that we have. There's another one coming up. We'll be introducing that to you also. And I believe that most of you would have seen this session. The paid one that is coming on. Oh, I think I got disconnected. This one got disconnected. I'll join again. Yeah, so the paid session was I'm having an issue. I think you're not going to see mine. Let me just continue so I'll not waste your time. So the core-based training programs, that one is upcoming. I know most of you would have been seeing some things on that ground, but don't worry, as you're all here today, you'll learn more about us later. Then practical and real-world knowledge. Yeah, so this session now that you're joining today is part of the practical session that we do host. So making quality education accessible to everyone in Africa in general. So that's what Welcome to Lectures is about. So because you cannot see my, okay, let me reach my screen. Let me share my screen because I think my network is really misbehaving. Let me share my screen again so that you're able to see your host. Your host is myself. My name is Babumi Olabode. So if you know me, let me see your reaction. If you know me, let me see your reaction. Thank you. Wow, I'm popular. Thank you so much. Wow, interesting. Okay, thank you. So I am software engineer, community builder, advocate for accessible education. I believe everyone here can. Oh, let me put this in a full screen so you can see very well. Yeah. Hold on. Okay, good. I believe that everyone here can learn and do something impactful with the right guidance. I do not believe that anybody can know something. I don't believe that anybody cannot know anything. That's the mindset I have based on my background. So I know that when you have the right guidance, you're able to build something, you're able to do something very impactful anywhere you find yourself. So yeah, you can see my clearly. Olabumi Victoria Olabode, and software engineer with a passion for building. Yeah, so educator, welcome to lecture. So let me just cut that short. Enough of the hype. I've been hyping myself. So let's go to everybody, let me get the reaction. Let me show you the speaker's face for today. If you want to see the speaker's face for today, let me just get beautiful reactions. I think we have many people on this call. If you're happy to be here and you want to learn from this wonderful, intelligent, beautiful tutor of today, let's get more reactions, please. Let's come. Okay, I can see some of you. Yeah, thank you. So, okay, Bupe, thank you, Andrew. Okay, thank you, Evelyn. Thank you. This Femi, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, George. Thank you. So now let's drum roll. Boom. Now we're going to the good. Now we got interesting. Meet our speaker. Wow. Looking at this woman here, you can see that her head is with fire, energy, intelligence, everything complete. In fact, I'm here because of her. I also want to come and I'm just hosting it. That one is just indirectly coming to the session to learn. And I believe that all of you also are here to learn today, like me. And while I introduce this wonderful woman here, be set with your laptop, your phone, whatever you're using for today, because this one is a practical session that you're not just on keep points down. So now meet our speaker, Priscilla. Priscilla Adiambo, a digital leader. So she brings a rare mix of urban learning, spatial analysis, and software engineering to the intersection of technology and human impact. Today she shares how AI can empower your brand from ground up, from scratch. Yes, so in short, digital transformation, technology and innovation, strategic thinking. So yes, um, welcome, ma'am. Are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, Miss Priscilla. You can unmute so I can speak. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
So while she comes, I will have to stop sharing my screen so that she can. Thank you, ma'am. Welcome.
Hi,
The floor is
everyone.
yours. Please go ahead.
Hi, everyone. That was a really interesting introduction. Thank you for joining this session, and I'm hoping you're going to get the best you can. And is it Barfield? Yeah, he said that he's expecting us to build AI agents. This session is beginner friendly, so we'll start for the people who have never interacted with AI, and then for our concurrent sessions we are going to build our own agents. So this one is just beginner friendly. We want to be building our own agents. We'll be using existing agents. So let me share my screen. Okay, so I'll just get to the beginning. Okay, so our session today is how to build a $5,000 brand today for free. So we'll be focusing on free tools that you can leverage to build your brand from zero to having it live on social media. So our session will be having 5 parts. So the first part is boosting your visibility with AI, creating logos and images, building a website, crafting content that converts, and putting it all together. So I might be too quick, but in case of any question, feel free to share it in the chat or just raise your hand. So the first part we have is why AI for branding. So AI for branding is because there's a lot of competition for products, for goods, for marketing, and if you're still taking 3 hours, 7 hours to build content to sell, that means that you'll still be lagging behind. So AI makes the process faster. It makes it more interesting and more competitive for the modern digital world. So the old way, what would happen? You would hire a designer, you write copy for hours, you build websites in weeks, and guess what content works. So you might go through all this and it might not still work. But the AI way, you might still hire a designer, but now it will take faster. The process won't be taking weeks or hours. So, and then you will prompt and refine, and then you can launch in a day, and you can build an AI informed strategy. So the point is, AI does not replace your brand voice, it amplifies it. So let's go to the first pillar. So the first pillar is boosting your brand visibility. So for you to boost your brand visibility, there's this thing called attention. You need to capture attention. And to capture attention, you have to first write your full story. It should come from a story. story usually attracts a lot of attention. And then research your niche. So what are you selling? Are you selling products? Are you selling services? Are you selling skills? Like anything that makes you unique, that is your niche. And then generate calendars. So this is the part for automating the processes, so you don't have to do it over and over again. So the key tools that you can use, I know a lot of people are familiar with ChatGPT because that was like everyone uses it. And then you have Gemini, and then you have Perplexity. So for this session, if I'm going too fast, you might just need to have your notebook over there, and then you take note of the tools you are using, and then you'll be able to research each letter. But this one is just going to be very beginner friendly. So let's go to the next one. So I have a brand over here. I'm sure everyone knows this brand, right? Like, I'm not able to see the chat, but if you're able to, like, you can react if you're familiar with this brand. It's in Kenya, it's in Uganda, it is in most parts of Africa and West Africa. So when you see this brand, you know by at first glance that this is Airtel. And you know what Airtel does. It is a smartphone network. So this is what you should aim to have. So like if someone names your brand, for example, your brand is Zuku, or for example your brand is Roses. So when someone mentions the name, it should have a visual. Someone else should know the logo, how the logo looks like, should know the brand. And this is achieved by different features. One is the color. You've never seen a green Airtel. So that is color, that is consistency. The next one is the logo, that is the visionary, and then the tagline, the smartphone network. So what makes a good logo? Simplicity and consistency in colors, scalable, timeless, and all that. So now before we go to the next session, I'm going to introduce our first AI tool. So our first AI tool is actually my favorite. It's called Cloud AI. So Cloud AI is my favorite because I usually use it for brainstorming, for different activities. So you just search this Cloud AI, and then as long as you have a Gmail, a Google account, you'll be able to sign in very quickly. So I had already signed in, but yeah, it's just straightforward. So yeah, I assume you know how to sign in. So I'm going to start our new chat. And then, what about I make this a challenge? The first person to type their brand, we'll use that as our example. So let me look in the chat. The first person to type their brand name. I'll count 5 to 1. If no one types, I'll just use a random brand. And that means you won't have your brand built up. Okay, 5, 4, Zizire. Okay, let's use Zizire. Zizire came first. So what does Zizire do? Are you able to unmute and tell us what it does? Let's see if we can find Zizire online. Okay, I can't. Okay, so let's see what does it do. Oh, transport bicycle. Okay, so let's just take let's assume you have Zizire. So I have a company. Called Zizire, and I would like so AI allows you to brainstorm and build something very quickly and then refine it to build a brand image, brand strategy. Okay, so you can tell it to, okay, so let's say the brand colors. So okay, help me. The brand colors, tagline, and the the colors, the tagline, and the niche in text. So what I'm doing basically is prompting in text. So let's see. So the first thing the AI tells me, like, it asks me some question so that it can figure out more things about the company. So it will not like start immediately. That's why I like Claude, because it's a bit more intelligent. So I just let's take it like a ride hailing, like an Uber. It's because I'm not able to get more information from you. Transport and mechanical engineering. Okay, let's just use okay, the color is blue. Okay, so engineering. So e-commerce, affordable and accessible. So it will ask me some questions so that it gets a bit of the background. So the more information you feed the AI, the more it will match what you're looking for. So it tells me it is a last mile delivery and fleet solution for e-commerce business. Tagline: move more, spend less. So based on the business and how you know the business, you're able to pick what makes sense and what does not make sense. So let me say I'd like to have blue as the primary. So this is a bit of prompting. So in order to be able to effectively use AI tools, you need to be good in prompting. So now we have that already. So in the prompting part, feed the AI as much information as you want. Feed it everything you need, and then from there you'll be able to get good results. So let's just continue with the name and what we have. So the first thing I'll tell it, generate a prompt for creating a logo for Zizere. So Claude is not that good in generating images, so that's why I usually use different tools. So we have that. So it's going to generate for me a prompt. And then I'm just going to copy this. And then I put it in our next AI tool. This one is the common tool, you know. It's called Gemini. And still, you just, as long as you have your Google account, you'll be able to log into these tools. So the first one was Claude AI, and then the second one is Gemini. So Gemini is very good in generating images. So I'll just paste that prompt, and then the prompt says, design a modern professional logo for Zizere. You need to read through it so that the outcome that comes is what you really want. So I submit it, and then it's going to design for me the logo. So that means if you have a business and you've never thought anything about it, so that is where you're going to start with. Okay, so it's going to do that. I will tell it to generate the logo image. And then the trick is the first output sometimes might not be perfect, but to improve it you have to be very specific on what you want to change. And sometimes if it's not bringing anything you want, you can still change it. So this is the logo we have. So I'll just download it. So that means the the first milestone has been achieved. We already have our logo. The way Airtel already has their logo, over here is the same way we've generated a logo for Zizire, and it just took us like 5 minutes or something. So you have to like if you don't like this, you tell it what to change, what not to change, and all that. Now that is done. So the second part, so so now if you look at here, you see that the colors are this blue and this. So to ensure consistency, this is what you'll be using in most of the parts. So okay, so let's go. The refine part is like you keep refining it until you get what you want. So the next part, you're going to build a website for Zizire. So the tool I usually like is called Lovable, but I have 2 suggestions. So let me just search Lovable. In case I'm going too fast, just let me know, so that I might recap anything that you might miss. So this is the name, Lovable. So Lovable is for like creating websites and applications, and you don't have an excuse of saying I can't afford it, because it's totally free. So when you have your Google account, you just sign in and sign up. And then I tell it, I come back to Cloud, because Cloud is it knows the background of Zizire, yeah. So I tell it, generate the prompt for creating a website for Zizire on Lovable. In text that I can paste on Lovable. So it's going to generate a prompt for me. So like it's just going to generate an entire outline of what I'll use on Lovable. So yeah, so this what I've just got from Cloud, I'm just going to paste it on Lovable. So now it's not too technical or anything, it's just like basic. Zero website. I'm eliminating the extra words, and then you can also, on this plus, you click that plus, and then you're going to attach our logo, so that it builds a site that has our logo. So just put that. And then I upload it. And then you just sit back and watch it do the magic. I'm hoping I have credits, because it gives you free credits actually. Every day it renews. So every day you have free 5 credits to use. So no money or anything that you're going to pay, as long as you just use your Google account. So while it's building, it's going to take some time. So while it's building, I'm going to introduce the next tool. The next tool we have is called, it's called Danka. Okay, let me just open it from here.
Hey, hello. Someone said recap. Maybe recap for like a few seconds.
Okay.
Yeah. Someone wants a recap.
Okay. So let me recap. So I can just do a 3-minute recap. So the first thing we started with, we have a transport company and we have the idea of the name. So the name is what? It's Zizire, right? So I come to this AI tool called Cloud. I tell it I have a transport company called Zizire and help me build a brand strategy for it. So it asks me some questions. I answer them according to how I know my business. So from there, if you don't understand your business clearly, you can even tell it I don't know, and it can help you refine it until you find something that works for you. And then you can tell it to put the colors you like. You can tell it if you don't like the output and to improve, and that is it. And then after that, we went to generate a prompt for creating a logo. So the first thing you need as a business is what? The brand identity and then the logo. The way Airtel has a logo. So from there, you tell it to generate a prompt for creating a logo for Zizire. And then it's going to give you some text that will define how the logo will look like. So I just copy this and then I come to Gemini. I paste it. So I just pasted what I got from Cloud to Gemini. So Gemini is going to read what I've pasted and then it's going to generate for me an image of the logo. If I don't like this image, I can tell it to do it differently, maybe make the colors black or blue. Yeah, so I can say make it purple. And then it will do that. Okay. And then after that, we came to let me just go back here. After building the logo, we're going to create a website for Zizire. Yeah, so I tell Cloud again, generate a prompt for creating a website for Zizire that I can paste on Lovable. So Lovable is the site we use to create free website. It's called Lovable. So you can just write Lovable, and Lovable, you just need your Google account. You see the way you have your Google account, so you sign in with Google. At the last part of the session, I might do that, or if you have a challenge, you can reach out and we can help you on that. So once you have the prompt, you just come and paste it on Lovable, and voila, we have our Zizire. You see the logo here, I uploaded it while on logo so that it builds it with it. So we have Zizire, move more, spend less, and now we are ready to launch. So if you're ready to, if you like it, use it like that. If you don't like it, you just come here, ask Lovable, you tell it what to adjust, and it's going to adjust. And then I do what? I publish. So I click continue. So there's nothing else you need to do here. You publish. So for example, if you've been told you need to build a company overnight, you just come and build all this, and by tomorrow morning you have the logo, you have the website, you have most of the things you need. So let me get the link and then I'll share it on the chat so that everyone can access it. So you see now it's not taking weeks or months. So the next tool I wanted to talk about was this for building websites still. It's called strikingly.com. So why strikingly.com? I used a different. This tool is because you are able to edit the images. So for example, you don't want the image that was generated, you're able to like drag. But this one is still the same. You just copy the prompt and then you paste it. So if you've heard of WordPress, so this works like WordPress. So you just have this template and you're able to change the picture, change everything else. But Lovable is mostly for code. So my app is live, so I can view it. And then I'm going to let me share this one on the chat. So the person who sent Zizire, you already have a website. Yes, someone is asking if you can use it for a portfolio. Definitely, you can use it for a portfolio. So, yeah. So I hope you are following together. Let me go back here. Let me go back to the slides. Yeah. So we have other websites. We have Framer.ai, which you can also use it to build your website. Durable, and then Wix. So these ones are also have AI capability, and you can adjust it the way you like. Yeah. The next part is crafting a content that converts. So now you have the logo, you have the website, but how will people know about your product? So I'll just still come back to Cloud, and then I'll tell it generate a prompt for creating a poster for let's say Instagram or Facebook, for Zere. So I'll just tell it like that. Yeah, and then it tells me all that, and then it can also tell you additional information. It can advise you the best times to post. The best times to post is usually early morning or evening hours. Daytime is not really that interesting because people are not usually online. So I'm just going to copy this, and I'm using different tools because the different platforms have their strengths. Gemini strength is images, Cloud strength is for thinking, deep thinking, Lovable strength is website. So that is what happens. So I'll just paste that, and you need to read the prompt before you send it because sometimes it might give you something you don't like. So let's see. While it's near, let me check what else don't we have. Yeah, so what you need to know, you need also to know the most active social media pages. So we have Instagram, we have Facebook, we have TikTok and all that. So the strength for TikTok is usually for short form videos. So for example, if you have your product and you want more people to know about it, TikTok is best for. If your target group is Gen Z, it's young people, maybe you're selling girls' clothes and all that, TikTok is usually best for it. And when you look at the ranking of social media, apparently Facebook is still the leading social media. So if you want to reach more people, Facebook is still at the top. And it is usually advised that you start with one social media page and then move to the others. But also at the end, I'll show you how you can do all of them at once. So now we have that. Now let me check our Google. Yeah, we have our poster. I don't know if I should download it. Okay, I have like 10 minutes left. Let me save it. Can open it over here. Yeah. Now we have what? We have our poster, and it didn't take us a minute trying to figure out where to put the logo, where to do what. Now we have that. And then So, and also the most important thing while you're creating content, you should also ensure consistency. You see, like our logo was this color. We didn't have a red poster or a yellow poster. It will remove the consistency. So this, if you don't have anything to post, you can just still go to Gemini. First go to Cloud, get the content, paste it on Gemini, and you have a poster. You can do this every day and you'll never lack a poster to put for your social media pages. And so you just need to customize it according to how you want. And then putting it all together, the first part to start with is the brand idea. Know what you have, know your product, so that when AI gives you any output, you are able to know if it works for you or if it does not work for you. And then the logo and visuals, you should have strong visuals and logo that are memorable, so that anytime someone sees your logo, they're able to know, yes, this is Zuzure, or it's this, or it's Airtel. Yeah. And then the website is mostly for giving people information about what you do. without like having to explain too much. And it also has all your products at a glance. And then the content. So the content here, an interesting thing is I can tell Cloud, generate for me a business plan for Zizire. I think it's Zizire, right? Yeah, a business plan for Zizire. So something that would take you weeks to figure out the content, you're able to be able to do it in a few minutes, or yes, in a few minutes. So it's going to tell me to pick my answers. So where is it based? Let's say Pan-African. Operating but early. What do you want the business plan for? Do you want it for an investor, for a bank loan, for a grant? Okay, for an investor. Maybe let's say for an investor or for a partner or something. So just tell it like that, and it's also able to generate for me a business.
It's an investor.
Yeah?
It said investor.
Oh, okay. So it's going to, based on all the information you've told Cloud, it's able to pick it all together, and then it's going to generate it. So we'll just give it some time to generate while we check on something. So for social media, there's this tool, it's called Buffer. So it's called Buffer. You still use your Gmail account to log in. These things are free, and all you need is your Gmail account. So you come to Buffer, and you're able to link all the channels that you want. So you can link it with your Instagram, you see, with their Instagram, with their Facebook, with their other channels, and then you're able to drag your poster. So for example, you have this poster here. So what this means is when you post it on, let's say on Instagram, it's going to go to all these other pages, and it is free. So on your free time, there is YouTube. You can check it out because the time does not allow us to do a walkthrough, but you can do that, and you'll be able to do your brand, a quick one. So I've not connected it with my social media on this account, but for more you can just check it out. So let's see, this thing might take a little bit more time. So there's Buffer, and then let me see which other AI tool I've not talked about. And then there's this one, Agent GPT. So what Agent GPT does, it helps you to learn the pattern of what works and what doesn't work. So for example, here, you can tell the agent, search all transport and logistic companies that are highly profiled, and tell me the strategies that they use. So it's going to do a web crawl, search all the companies, and then tell you what strategy you need to know, and then to also tell you the handles. So you are able to check out your competitors, know their strengths, and know what will make you unique. So this one is called Agent GPT. So let me just write it here. Agent GPT. So when an investor asks you who is your competitor, you won't say, I don't know my competitors. Agent GPT will help you to know everything you need to know in that transport and logistics company. So let's see how far our business plan is. Now it's ready in a few minutes. So any documents you might want to create for your business, you'll still be able to create it. So we have how many pages? 12 pages. We've built 12 pages in 2 minutes. So we have the executive summary, who we are, the vision, the mission, these things that usually give CEOs headaches. You can generate it even it generates for you tables and all of this, and you can download it and edit it the way you like. So the last thing is, for example, you need a pitch deck for Zizire. So I'll tell it generate an outline for a pitch deck for zero. So usually tell it to outline an outline text, because sometimes it might want to generate it itself, but I didn't usually like the pitch deck for cloud. It's usually looks too technical, so that's why I don't use the pitch deck for cloud. So you have a few minutes left, so if you have any question, you can still drop it in the chat, and then we can address it as we finalize. So for a pitch deck, the what I usually like, it's called Gemini. It's called Gamma. Gamma.app. So still, as long if you have your Google account, you can log in and use it. So let me see if I have credits. I hope I do. I have 94 credits. So if you look here, I've been able to generate all these pitch decks, and it takes me like seconds or just a few minutes. So I just I copied the prompts.
Yeah, hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to inform everyone on this call. That I'll be creating a new link so that you'll be able to explain further. Then there won't be any rush. I'll create a link and drop it here on the chat so that everyone can join the next one. Hope you are good.
Okay. Okay, so I can proceed? Okay. So I come to Gamma, I write create new.
You can proceed.
Okay.
I know it's
Okay. So once you have an account, you just go to create with AI, and then you click paste in text. It's called Gamma. So if you miss any parts I do, you can just still go back to it, and then I just paste it. And it usually has a maximum of 10 slides, so I'll just adjust it to be 10 slides. And when you have enough time, you do what you edit what you have, so that you don't have just like random stuff. Let's see. So the problem, the opportunity, the solution, products and services, business model. Maybe let's remove the traction. Traction is usually important, but I want to reduce the slides. That's why. So on your own time, you're able to like do something better. Yeah, so I hope that's 10 slides. I want to create a presentation, generate from notes and outline, continue to prompt editor. And then usually like it minimal so that it does not have too much text. How many slides do we have? Yeah, we have 10 slides. So, and then on this part, when you read through this, you're able to know what needs to be changed and what does not need to be changed. So our theme color for Zero is blue. So I'm just going to look for something bluish. What looks bluish? I'll take this. I'll take this plain one. Looks a bit relevant. And then I click generate. And then it's going to generate for me a pitch deck for the Zero. So I'm going to conclude at this point. Yeah, and that is how you do it. Transport and mechanical engineering, it will do that for you. I'll come back to it I'll come back to it after I've recapped everything else that we've done. So I'll just and then now you have everything you need. and you don't have an excuse for not building your brand. So just a walkthrough of what we've done. We went to Cloud and then we told it our idea and everything. We told it to give us a prompt for the logo, a prompt for the website, a prompt for the presentation, and from all those, we're able to go to Gemini to generate all the pictures we might need. And then we went to Lovable to generate the website for Zizire. And then we went to Gemini to generate the pitch deck for Zizire. And then we went to Buffer to schedule, to have one poster to go to all the social media pages. And let's see if this one is done. It's still generating. Yeah, so that's basically how you can use AI to get from zero to everything within 1 hour or less. So let's see what we have so far. Actually, a fun fact, even this pitch deck I'm using, this presentation I'm using, I generated it on Gamma. So if this Zizire is taking us like 2 minutes, it means I built this in a few minutes. So let's see, we're on slide 9. Let's just give it some time. So there are a lot more of AI tools and automation tools that you can use to make your work easier. There's also another one called N8N. That one also helps in automating the posts and all that. We have a lot of them. So on your free time, just check them out and explore. You'll really like what you build with it. So this is what we have. We have Zizire Move More, and then we have the problem. We have the solution. Someone would like wonder how you are able to like have all this detailed, but that is the power of AI. Yeah, so that was my time. Thank you everyone for your attention, and I'll bring it back to Victoria to tell us about our next upcoming session. Okay, so Lavenda is asking what Buffer is good at. So Buffer is when, for example, you have your poster, and then there are a lot of social media pages. We have Facebook, we have Twitter, we have Instagram, we have all those social media platforms. So what Buffer does is when you have this image over here and you link your Twitter, you link your Facebook, you link your Insta, you link your all those social media, when you just connect to the channel, when you post, it goes to all of them at the same time. So you can do that. You can post all of them at the same time, and also it can help you schedule. So let's say you want to post every day at 9 a.m. So Buffer is also you are also able to go to the calendar and schedule. So like you post every day at 9 a.m. So you can add Monday I'm posting this poster, Tuesday I'm posting this poster, Wednesday I'm posting this poster, so that when you're busy, your posts are still visible. So I hope that one answers your question. You're welcome. Can you build resume with Gamma app? I'd say Gamma is not best for building a resume. You know why? Because it usually comes with images. Images are not necessary for resume. You see the way we've built a business plan with Cloud. So what I usually do, I come to Cloud, I upload all the documents, the job description, everything, and then I link. So I upload the document for the job description, the document for everything concerning the job, and then I tell it about me, and then I tell it based on my profile, generate for me a resume. Yeah. So Agent GPT is good for market research, like telling you who are your competitors and which are the best strategies based on the competitors. Yeah. So I hope I've answered your questions. Okay, recording this webinar. We are streaming this session, so you'll be able to get it. Oh god, my battery is low. Okay, thank you. Victoria, you can take it over. My battery is low.
Yeah. So, Priscilla, thank you so much. Your session was like so excellent, so perfect. And someone was able to get a free website today, free logo website, a free poster, and everything. A free content for Facebook and LinkedIn, no, Instagram, right? So that I got this today. Is also still here? Yeah, you can unmute your mind and tell about today's session and the bits you got. What's the person's name? Is that Andrew? Okay. Well, let me know if I'm audible. So today we know
Yes.
that most of us don't know that clouding has from and just to say something about your own experience from Little. Oh, you can't hear me clearly. What about others? Can you hear me?
Yes, we
Can
can hear
others hear
you.
me?
We can hear you.
Hello, am I audible? Okay. Andrew said he cannot hear me clearly. Andrew, I'm saying that if you would like to share how you feel today with this session, you're able to get free poster, free
We can hear
website, free
you. I can
logo,
hear
and all
you.
of that. So, do you have anything to say?
We can hear you.
Yeah, thank you. Do you have anything to say to the tutor? Maybe a word of appreciation or anything. Okay. So while we wait for Andrew to say something, I think, Priscilla, if you can check the chat, check what that guy texted. He listed the apps he used today. If you think anything is still missing, then you can help other people type them out so that they can also go later to do these things themselves. So the ones I wrote down on my Cloud AI, Gemini, and Lovable, and what else? Who wants them the rest of it? I want to believe that most of us are really following this session. I mean, we really follow this session. And some people might be having network issue, but I know some of us here were able to hear from beginning to the end. Am I right? I'm not getting the energy. Is it my network? Okay. All right. Thank you so much. So let's move on because of the time. Yeah, I did not create a new link because I know this one is still going and it's working perfectly. No sign of stopping. So the next one is the paid practical session. So STEAM education. I believe most of you would have seen the flyer. Have you come across the flyer from Welcome the Lecture STEAM education? If you have come across the flyer, please let me get the reaction as the response. Hello. Hope I'm not the only one here.
We can hear you.
Okay, thank you. So Mark said he has heard about this paid session. Am I right? Okay, so let's move on. So
Nope.
okay, Andrew said yes, he has. Thank you, Andrew. So this one is hands-on learning, practical implementation, real tools and techniques. It will be more practical than what you've seen today. Today's session was like so amazing, excellent, perfect, and all of that. But this one is just a token, and they're giving it to the first 20 people that we're registering now to register with the amount just $2. Something like full package because it's not just something that just come and say, oh, want to come and sell a few minutes. No, something that you practicalize what you are learning, and there will be full Oh, people are leaving this school. I don't know. Many people get play session. I don't know. Okay, no problem. So yeah, this play session is not just play session. You see that it is very, very small. $2 is something that all of us can use to go down and buy food there and we just finish it. And this one is for our own sake. And we want to invite the tutor for the next session to come and brief us about what is to come, what we are to expect from this session. And Mr. Bupe, are you still with us here?
Yes, I am, Victoria.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Kindly repeat your statement. I didn't get you.
Yes, I was saying that this session is a paid session, and we say they're giving to the first 20 people for $2, and then after that, the remaining people that have been registering will be for $5. I didn't mention $5 for, so let me make it clear. So, and I said, as tutor should just give us something that they should expect from the next session. So the next session was so excellent, so perfect, so practical, and everybody loved it. So, and this particular one coming is a paid one, just paying a token, and it will be way better than what they've seen today. A more practical hands-on session. Please just give us an intro of something that they should expect in the next one.
Okay. What should they expect? Okay. So what you're going to be learning, or what you should expect, is a full hands-on experience in the world of science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics through the help of digital tools such as the ones that we've actually gotten to experience. And it's going to be very, very, very important that you join in just to help us grow the community, and you also get to learn a lot. I would love to also mention that I will also be throwing in a few other things apart from the main topic, which is growing your social media presence. Yeah, basically that. And I think you've also forgotten to mention that there will be a little surprise for everyone that will join the call, and they'll be able to experience something that they would pay more than $200 for, but they'll be getting it for just $2. Yeah, so thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I don't know if anyone here, if you're registered, let me know. Let me see your hand. Let me see coming that okay, you're registered or you're interested and you're yet to register. Let me see. Let me get the reactions. I'll also be sharing the link with you. I mean registration link now to the chat. And if you know that you've not followed us on our social media, you should do that now. I think I dropped some links there in the chat. Our LinkedIn, Instagram, and TikTok and X. So just check it. So while you're doing that, let me get the link to this particular session. Yes. Let me drop it in. Yeah. Yeah, so thanks so much everyone for joining. You're really grateful. Thank you, Mr. Abu. As to all We'll be expecting you for the next session. Thank you so much, Mapalo Mumba. Thank you, George. Thank you, Andrew. Special thanks to our tutor for today, Miss Priscilla. Really grateful. And I thank you again for the so nobody. Thank you so much, everyone. Then after a few minutes, we'll be ending this session. I'm really grateful. Like even me, I'm glad. Who is like more? Yes, what you today? Appreciate. Oh, Emmanuel, Joma. So anyone want to say something? Okay. So in next 2 minutes, we'll be ending this call. Okay. Mapalo, please go ahead.
I wanted to ask, is there a deadline for the paid session?
Yes, this week. This week. Thank you for joining. Thank you. So, how many minutes to go? We still have less than 2 minutes to go. Thank you, Mapalo. So, if you have any question, we are still here waiting. If you have any further question, anyone related to our session or whatever thing you have to ask about Welcome to the lecturers, you can ask us. Okay, so I believe that the recording should have stopped since the session already stopped. Ended. Thank you so much, everybody. So we're leaving here less than 1 minute.